Welcome to Lesson 1 on the factorization of polynomials with 2, 3, and 4 variables. We will cover the following topics. What is a polynomial? Types of a polynomial. What are factoring formulas? What are the ways to factor polynomials? Before cover everything you need to know about what is a polynomial. Before we can understand polynomials are, we should have the knowledge of terms. What is a term? It is a mathematical expression. It is made up with two different parts. One is a number, and the other is a variable. If we multiply the number with the variable we get, number means 2, 3, and 4. Variable means x, y, z. We also call coefficients to numbers. As we write 4x squared, we multiply 4 with x squared. Here 4 is a number meaning coefficient, and the power of variable is a 2, which is called an exponent. Now we write other terms like 4x 8x squared, 7x cub 9 by 4. And we also write 5x caret 0. Do you know that any number raised to 0 power equal to 1? It is not variable. It has no effect on the value of a term. We can ignore it. It becomes a constant term, as 5x caret 0 equals 5. It is a constant term because there is no variable. Next, degree of term. Degree of terms means power of the variable part. As we have power of x is 4. Degree of term is 4. Power of x is 3. The degree of term is 3. Power of x is 2. Degree of term is 2. Power of x is 1. Degree of term is 1. The power of x is 0. The degree of the term is 0, which is also called a constant term. If we have a combination of more than one variable, then we get a degree of term by adding powers of a variable. Now we have y squared and x is power 4. We get degree of term by adding 2 and 4. It is a 6. Degree of term is 6. Why we worried about degree of terms? Because of two reasons. First of all, polynomials referred to by the degree of their highest term. Second, we arranged polynomial from highest degree to lowest degree as highest power to lowest power. As we write 3x is 4, 5x cubed, 4x squared, 6x 1, x 0. As you know that value of x not equals 1, you know that any number raised power 0 equals 1. Next, polynomials. What is a polynomial? Polynomial mixed with the two words poly plus nominal. Poly means many, nominal means term. So a polynomial is a combination of many terms. It contains variables, constants, coefficients, exponents, operators. What is a variable? Letter that represents one or more a number is called a variable. It is alphabet as xy, a constant whose value does not change as 3 and p, or that m, and whose value does not change. Coefficient is a number as, here we write 4x10 mean squared. 4 is a coefficient. Why? Because we write it earlier to the variable. It is a coefficient. It is a constant, but is a exponents known as a powers. As x's power is 2, 2 is a exponents. What are operators? Plus, minus, we add some terms, we subtract some terms, and multiply is called a operators. Next, we take an example of polynomials. What is a polynomial? Polynomial is a series of terms joined by addition or subtraction. Here we write a polynomial with 3 terms, as 2x squared is the first term, 2x is the second term, 5 is the third term, and we join by minus and plus. Here you see that 2 and 2 we write earlier to variable x. Here x is a variable. We write before variables. It is a coefficient. Next we join all terms with plus and minus. It is called operator. And the power of x is 2 here, and here is 1. It is called a exponent. Here 5 is a constant term. Okay, next we can write a term 4x caret 4 plus 2x plus 1. Here some terms are missing. How do we write missing terms? As this one. We write 0 coefficient. We multiply variable factor with the 0. We can write it. It becomes a polynomial. Sometimes we have a polynomial like this. 2x squared plus 2 to 5x cubed. It is not a standard form of polynomial, because we write polynomial into descending order. Here highest power at last, and lowest power in the beginning. We arrange it into a standard form. We can write it in 2 ways. But the first is the right way. Second is the wrong way. Why? Because before right we check the signs as plus and minus. Here you see, in the first way, that before 5x cubed, there is a negative sign in this polynomial negative sign. And in the second way there is a positive sign before 5x cubed. This is wrong. First way is a right. Before 2 and 2x squared is a positive sign. In second way, positive sign before 2x squared, and a negative sign before 2. This is wrong. Write a sign according to the term. First see the term, and then check the sign, and then write the sign according to a term. The standard form of a polynomial is shown here. Coefficients and constant terms are the a terms, and variables are the x terms. P of x denotes the polynomial function. Standard form of polynomial like this, as we write many terms and then we join it, with the plus sign. First term, second term, third, and so on. Here, an minus 1, an minus 2, a1, a0 are a coefficients and constant terms, and x power n minus 1, n minus 2, and so on. Here is x power 0, all called variable terms. We denote polynomial by px. Next types of polynomials. We have three types of polynomials. First is a monomials. Monomial means polynomial with the single term. Second is a Bomial means polynomials with the two terms. The first is 3x, and the second is 5y. Third, a trinomial means three terms. First is 2x squared dash 2x plus 5. Polynomials are also classified by their degree: 0, linear, quadratic, and cubic polynomials, corresponding to degrees 0, 1, 2, and 3, respectively. Now we take some examples. First of all, the degree of the polynomial is 0. It is called a zero polynomial. If the degree of polynomials is 1, it is a linear polynomial. If the highest degree of polynomial is 2, it is a quadratic polynomial. If the highest degree is 3, it is cubic polynomial. Next, factoring formulas. If you want to break down polynomial into a simpler form, then you need to learn formulas like this. To make a factor is a learnable skill that can be acquired through practice. You know, practice makes man perfect. Here are common factoring formulas, including the difference of squares, perfect square trinomials, sum and difference of cubes, and multivariable squares. Next, we write some algebraic expressions state whether the expression represented are polynomial or not. Some of these are polynomials, but all these are not polynomials. In the second column, first, there is the value of the exponent is negative. In second, it is in fraction form. We cannot divide anything by variable x. If we divide with number, it is a polynomial. If you divide by the variable, it is not a polynomial. Here we also divide with the variable, it is not a polynomial. Here, the value of the exponent is 0.5. It is not an integer, so it not a polynomial. Thanks. Please like and share my video if you want more and more videos. Thank you.